Today we have 4 categories of fragrances, from everyday work fragrances to gym fragrances to outdoor barbecues, parties, and sporting events fragrances, and even date night fragrances. And we're going to start right now with this one. It's called Creed Aventus. I know maybe you don't ever heard of it, but it is the king of colognes. Creed Aventus came out in 2010. It's very highly counterfeited, and I beg you to be very, very careful and spend $300 minimum for this bottle, because that's the cheapest you could buy it authentically. Anything less, I'd be very, very questionable about it. There's always a batch code on the bottom. It's etched in the glass. On the boxes, they always have the batch code printed on the label there, and it matches that. There's a lot of things that you can tell how to buy a Creed authentic fragrance, and that goes for a lot of fragrances I'm going to show you today, which are all mass appealing, which anybody can wear. There's something for every budget, and even fragrance enthusiasts, you can enjoy this video. So this is the reason why this costs $500, is because they are very, very high quality bergamot. That's the king, that's the citrus cedrat note inside here. And for you folks in Louisiana, they source their wood from there, Birkwood down in the bayou. Shout out Oklahoma, Louisiana, and southern Florida. That's where I'm from. This fragrance on me lasts 10 hours. It always has, and I always spray it 17 times. This is what it looks like when you spray it 17 times, 22 days. That's all it looks like, because it puts out enough fragrance. As you can see, I'll show you. You will spray it like this here on your side here, and one in your back, and then you just go ham. That means go crazy all over yourself. Now, if you can't afford this, do not buy Club de Nuit Intense Eau de Toilette for $32. You can, if that's your budget, buy it, okay? I'm not gonna knock you, but for $10 more, $20 more, you get the Parfum version or Eau de Parfum version. They come in bigger bottles and they're better concentrated and a much better opening that smells more natural. So I'm giving you the good fragrance that I wear. I'm giving you an alternative that you can wear that's cheaper. The next fragrance, my buddy wears this every single day, and he works in a pool, he works on a boat, and he wears Untold. He wears it on date night even, but this is for everyday wear. Untold is the same thing as Baccarat Rouge 540. What does that mean? Saffron, jasmine, and fir resins. And you know what else? This fragrance causes nose blindness. Both of these do. When I first bought this for the $500, $600, $700 back then in 2017, I couldn't understand it, and I didn't know, but people were complimenting me. The same thing goes with this. You will spray it. You think, oh, I don't smell anything. I don't know what the hype is, but it's on you. And if you spray it like you mean it, because this thing only costs $40 now. It's now 2 years after its release. It's so good, it'll last 8 hours, and it projects like a beast mode. It's called RMAF Untold. This is called Baccarat Rouge 540. Between the two of them, I would pick this all day long, even so. But this is softer, more elegant fragrances by Maison Francis Kurkdjian. And here's another one by Francis Kurkdjian. It's called 724. It's got clean citruses and musks. And this one, I was at Nordstrom's, and the girl said, try that on. And then she sniffed me and said, oh my God, you smell so good. So I charged it on my wife's credit card. True story. She got so mad because this was $500. It's a double-sized bottle. So then I looked on the internet and I found this. It's called Aston 740. I'm not even kidding you, no cap. It's the exact same smell. If you want to know what the most hyped fragrance is in 2028, it's this fragrance right here, and it's 2024. Now we're in the outdoor section. You put your sunglasses on and you go to the barbecue. You go to your son's graduation party. You're going outdoors for casual lunch. I would wear Soaked Sun, or I would wear Louis Vuitton Afternoon Swim, $440 versus $45 to $60 for this. It's a citrus aquatic freshie that gets mega compliments. The next fragrance I would wear is an old school fragrance called Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme, which has mandarin and cypress, but I also smell vanilla here, mint and pepper. It's delicious. Like, very easy, blind buy, just grab it and spray it. This came out in 2012, and it does last 5 hours. There's different opinions, but you got to make sure you buy it directly from Chanel too, because this is highly counterfeited. So don't buy anything on eBay. That's your uncle telling you. Some people call me Uncle Chris. Now they're calling me Mr. 50 because I have these codes that give you 50% off on things. That's another story for another day. The next fragrance came out in 2023 or 4. It's called Cosmic Pepper. Cosmic Pepper has tangerine. It's kind of similar to this Chanel. So this is about $150, and this is about $110. It's $40 less, and it lasts longer and projects better. Cosmic Pepper has the oud lemon notes. It's very easy to wear, and the sprayer comes out like this. And with this fragrance, it sprays out so well, I would spray it 6 times only, all around your neck, your back of your neck, and your clothes. This does not ruin clothes. If you shake it up, you see how slow those bubbles go? That means there's a high level of concentration. And if you can't afford all that, you're on a serious budget, get this $35 Alive. This is the similar scent to this, and that's all I can tell you. The next category is called Gym Tan Laundry, things like that. GTL, baby. Gym Tan Laundry, the first fragrance launched in 2024, cardamom, pink pepper, and sage. Gisada Titanium has a little metallic feel, lavender, cedarwood, cinnamon, and leather. Really good sprayer. Very easy to wear, mass appealing. And the next fragrance is for the gym. You spray this 8 to 18 times on your clothes. I would go 8 times if you don't want to be a douchebag. And this is called Nautica Voyage. It lasts for 8 hours on my clothes. It punches out projection, and I go sweating, running, jogging, treadmilling, whatever you do, CrossFit. Nautica Voyage gets the job done. It does work for the gym the best. And then if you were also wanting to know the most hip hop TikTok hype fragrances, you might like Hawas, or you might like Detour Noir OG, which is like Parfums de Marley Layton. This is just an incredibly long-lasting, strong citrus fragrance. The next category is date night. My favorite fragrance is called Montal Arabian's Tonka. It's got sugared wood. I believe it has a touch of coffee in there. It's not listed. Kind of vanilla, kind of sweet, delicious fragrance. $180, average price $150. If you find it, make sure you also have batch codes on that. This is highly counterfeited. This costs $35. It's called Mountain Nuit. It lasts for 7 hours, hums off your skin, almost identical smell to that, like 99%. The next fragrance is called Effing Fabulous by Tom Ford. Very, very expensive, almost empty even. It costs like $500. Is it worth it? Yes. Will you get compliments? I don't know. My neighbor, he's 25, wears this fragrance, and he's like a F-boy clubber dude, and he only wears fragrances to get compliments. And I said, this isn't very much compliment getting. He goes, I know, but I love the smell, and I wear it for myself, and I wear it on date night. And so if you want to smell like that, the best fragrance clone I've ever found is called Grandeur Ultra Famous. I just discovered it. It smells spot on to that, but not 1-to-1, but very close to it. Very good fragrance for date nights also is called Hamra. It's a nice, sweet vanilla tonka benzoin resins fragrance. Sexy and sweet, dessert-like. So when you're at the wedding, the bridesmaids will flirt with you, because when you smell like a dessert, the girls will flirt. The next fragrance that I would recommend you get also is this little hidden gem called Montage Intense. It's also by Grandeur. It has a same smell as this, but it actually has a cognac note added. So you got all this plus added booze, which makes it extra sexy and extra long lasting. And the one I really, really love is this violet fragrance called Born in Roma by Valentino. And then if you want something newer, Born in Roma Coral Fantasy has tobacco and fruit. These are all sexy AF date night fragrances. That's the wrap up of the video. Just kidding. You have appetizers, you had your full meal, you had your 4 categories, and now these are the fragrances I actually wear. One of them is called Bad Boy Extreme. This thing lasts 7 hours. It's mega compliment getting fragrance. It's one of my most worn, most complimented fragrance by Carolina Herrera. The next fragrance I personally wear that I get lots of compliments on, while I don't find any similar scents cheaper, but this is a sexy fragrance. Came out in 2023 or 4. It's called Yves Saint Laurent Y Elixir. This little bad boy costs $150. I've sprayed it as much as I wanted to, and I spray it hard. Still haven't dented it. I know it's small, but you got to figure out how often are you going to wear a fragrance. I would highly recommend this. It smells so good after it dries down. It's just like the Y, but more elegant and it's more soft and seductive all at the same time. And then we have this. This was actually a super blind buy, and it's funny. I bought it at Louis Vuitton. It's called Meteor. It's got a citruses, a touch of florals that's not listed. And one thing thing about this, it came out in 2020, and I must say it is soft and sexy and seductive and addicting. And every time I wear it, every single time I've worn it, I've gotten compliments. I'm talking about wearing stinky t-shirts, walking the dog, wearing this shirt, going to the grocery store every day, any occasion, anywhere. This is like popping all four things, all four categories. This will pop it on. But the guy named Jacques Cavalier made this. And so what you have here is 80% similar little hidden gem I found called Issey Miyake Summer. It came out in 2010. It's remarkable how close they are. If you were to look these up on Fragrantica and look at the color spectrum, they both have the sweet base, they both have the citrus on the top, and they're both made by the same perfumer using the same ingredients. This is 80% similar to this. This is about $100. This is about $400. They're both made by Jacques Cavalier. And you want to know another secret tip? Click on this video.